All right, a good Tuesday afternoon to everybody. We have tropical storm watches that have been posted for much of central Georgia, and we've added counties since this morning, including Bibb and Houston. So we're talking impacts in the time frame of Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Tropical storm force winds, flooding rain, and spin-up tornadoes, all possible, especially within the current areas under the tropical storm watch. So let's get you to the latest numbers on Hurricane Michael, a Category 2 this afternoon. Winds are now at 110 miles per hour, so not only a Cat 2, but a high-end Category 2, and it's actually been strengthening throughout the day. It's doing its best to get an organized eye together, but has had little success thus far. Still a very powerful storm, though, and continued strengthening is in the forecast, which you can see on the latest cone from the Hurricane Center brings it up to Category 3 strength by tomorrow morning with winds of 125 miles per hour, then making a landfall likely sometime tomorrow afternoon right around Panama City, Florida. After making landfall, it will move quickly inland, of course, deteriorating as it does so, but then tracking likely right across us here in central Georgia as a weakening tropical storm. You see this icon right here. That is 8 a.m. on Thursday, showing sustained winds still at 50 miles per hour. So we are bracing for tropical storm conditions across much of central Georgia from Wednesday evening through potentially Thursday afternoon. So Michael impacts winds greater than 40 miles per hour. That is tropical storm force possible for all of central Georgia. And we do have the high end potential, especially in the spots that are under the tropical storm watch, for numbers that could exceed 60 miles per hour. We'll talk about it in a moment. Several inches of rain likely as well. That could cause minor issues of flooding, in addition to brief spin-up tornadoes that can't be ruled out, but that will not be our primary concern. So first off, let's talk about the winds. This is the probability, the percentage chance of seeing winds over 40 miles per hour, which now, especially for our southern counties, is pretty much a sure bet. And where you see the dark red and the purple, this is where I think we have the highest potential for the high-end numbers that could go over 60 miles per hour, which would be comparable to what we saw last year with Irma. Then gradually you get into the lesser chances as you get further north, but as I mentioned, all of central Georgia could see wind gusts over 40 miles per hour. So we'll put things into motion now. We were just showing you a forecast. Now we're looking at a model. So remember, these are never going to be exactly right, but this will start to show you the timing of everything. So we're Wednesday at 7 o'clock. And at that point, we're likely starting to see Michael push on shore down to the south, and tropical storm force winds are now extending into parts of South Georgia. For us, the earliest possible impacts would again be Wednesday afternoon, but more than likely it's not until Wednesday night that we get into that. So here is midnight, and notice at that point, Cordele in our southwestern counties starting to get breezy. And then the center of the storm continues to track off to the northeast by Thursday morning, likely somewhere near Albany, Georgia, and this is in good agreement with the Hurricane Center track. And look at Cordele, showing that high-end potential, something above 60 miles per hour, and we're seeing the tropical storm force winds expand northward. Then the center of the storm by kind of Thursday morning into the mid and late morning hours, right over top of us here in central Georgia, and everybody has the potential for wind gusts over 40 and even over 50 miles per hour before eventually this will move out late day on Thursday. So we've talked about the winds. Now let's talk about the rainfall, and this is going to be a big rainmaker for us. A widespread 3 to 5 inches of rain possible everywhere across central Georgia. And then I think we'll have a swath of 5+ inches that will probably fall somewhere south and east of Macon. Still need to see where exactly that takes place, but the potential is there for minor flooding, and it's the wind and the rain together that could down trees and cause power outages. Storm outlook for tomorrow, so this is Wednesday night and Thursday morning. The marginal, the green shading, level 1 of 5 for most of our counties, then the yellow shading, the slight risk, level 2 of 5. This is for the threat for brief spin-up tornadoes. That is a possibility. Again, that is not the main threat. So we'll look at future view now and talk more about timing, strengthening likely into a Cat 3 before landfall, pushing on shore tomorrow afternoon. The earliest possible impacts for us, again, that would be late day tomorrow, late Wednesday, more than likely the evening and overnight hours. So here's 10 o'clock. And you can see the center starting to push in, continues to deteriorate our conditions here locally as we head into the overnight hours and into Thursday morning. Here's the 7-day forecast, the one silver lining. By the weekend, finally some fall-like weather. Here's Howard.